Sometimes the shows we watched as kids or teens make such a strong impression that we still remember them years later. Their characters often became our heroes and role models, and Xena, Warrior Princess, is exactly one of those shows. Let's find out which of the actors now performs on stage alongside their children and who switched her career to be a yoga instructor. Watch this video to also learn why Lucy Lawless was arrested and why we will never see the Ares actor Kevin Smith again. Renee O'Connor as Gabrielle. Some say that Gabrielle was the Robin to Xena's Batman.
Gabby and a sidekick fighting with a little stick.
But we know that the warrior princess wouldn't be the same without her best friend. Throughout the series run, Gabrielle went all the way from helpless farm girl to badass Amazonian warrior. And in many respects, Rene O'Connor was pretty much the same as her character. The Texan native actually did a lot of her own stunts herself.
She was just like the character Gabrielle. She was like, and I felt really uncomfortable, like, why are you looking at me like that?
Of course, she had stunt doubles, but Renee worked hard on her physique and learned how to do her own fight choreography. The most impressive of the stunts she performed was a backflip suspended over a deep pit in the Abyss episode of Season 6. After the end of the series, O'Connor stayed relatively low-key, although she has appeared in a number of movies, including the horror movies Monster Ark and Alien Apocalypse. Renee's most recent projects date back to 2017, when she starred in the drama A Question of Faith in the family's sci-fi movie Watch the Sky. But that doesn't mean that she has lost interest in acting. In fact, it's quite the opposite. She has shifted from working on the screen to the stage. Together with her husband, Jed Sura, she launched a House of Bards theater company production, whose productions earned tremendous acclaim. Renee O'Connor has 2 children, and guess what? Both of them are all grown up and often co-star with their mother on stage. Next, let's have a look at what another favorite cast member is doing now. Ted Raimi as Joxer. Amazingly, Ted has more than 100 acting credits already, but the role of Joxer the Mighty is definitely his calling card. After Xena, he appeared in TV shows such as CSI New York and Supernatural, and worked as a voice actor for the animated series Code Monkeys and Buddy Thunderstruck. He also starred in his brother Sam Raimi's Ash vs. Evil Dead, alongside 2 of his Xena co-stars, Lucy Lawless and Bruce Campbell. However, Raimi has also been seen on the big screen, for instance in Spider-Man movies, in the Bradley Cooper starring Midnight Meat Train, and the horror film Drag Me to Hell. Ted is notoriously private about his personal life. Back in the 90s, he dated model and artist Alexa Motley. And from 2007, he was spotted on the red carpet with actress Suzanne Cayley. But it seems that they split several years ago. Now let's learn everything about the actress who played the warrior princess's unhinged nemesis, Hudson Leick as Callisto. Leick has had a number of one-off roles in TV shows since her stint on Xena. She appeared in shows like Nip Tuck, CSI, and Law & Order LA. But recently, Hudson's career has undergone a major change. She founded a company called Healing Heart Yoga and now works primarily as a yoga instructor and intuitive counselor in California. Leick runs retreats, teaches classes, and even does astrology readings. As for her love life, it seems that Hudson is single at the moment and is entirely focused on living a healthy and spiritual life. By the way, one of her co-stars also had a change of heart about acting. Alexandra Tydings as Aphrodite. Despite the dumb blonde stereotype she portrayed as Aphrodite, Alexandra is actually one smart cookie. Tydings is the daughter and granddaughter of 2 former Maryland U.S. senators. She speaks French and Spanish and has a degree in film and critical theory. Alexandra has been fairly quiet acting-wise after Xena completed its run. She had small roles on TV shows like The Wire and appeared in several films, the most recent of which is What Death Leaves Behind. But then Alexandra Tydings turned her attention to working behind the camera. She wrote, directed, and produced 2 independent short films promoting gender equality and the struggle for reproductive rights. Tydings is married to Ben Luzzatto, with whom she shares 3 children and currently resides in New York. But let's move on to the actor who arguably has the most successful career among the Xena alumni. Karl Urban as Julius Caesar. The die-hard fans probably remember that Karl Urban played not just 1, but 4 different characters in Xenoverse, including the scantily clad Cupid and the villainous Julius Caesar.
You want to help me conquer the world?
Why not?
Since leaving the show, Urban has worked on countless movies. His most notable roles were in the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Star Trek reboot films, and most recently in the series The Boys. He is also set to star in the crime drama Cold Providence, which goes into production this year. Despite enjoying a steady career in Hollywood, the actor still resides in his native New Zealand. He made this choice because of his two sons, Hunter and Indiana, whom he shares with his ex-wife, makeup artist Natalie Waihangi. Karl and Natalie were married for 10 years but eventually divorced. Soon after, Urban started dating actress Katie Sackhoff, best known for her roles in Battlestar Galactica and The Mandalorian. Unfortunately, they split sometime in 2018, but apparently remain friends, as Urban refers to his ex-girlfriend as a phenomenal woman, a compassionate humanitarian, and a brilliant actor. Since then, Urban has not been spotted with anyone in public. Now let's talk about another pretty recognizable actor, Bruce Campbell as Autolycus. This actor hardly needs any introduction. Campbell has remained in demand for his acting skills over the years, with more than 150 appearances in TV shows and films. He is best known for his roles as Ash in the Evil Dead horror comedy franchise and Sam in Burn Notice. He also popped up as Ronald Reagan in the second season of Fargo and lent his voice to many animated shows, like The Replacements, Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, and The Last Kids on Earth. Apart from playing a master escape artist in only 8 episodes of Xena Warrior Princess, Bruce directed 2 of them. He also worked on the show Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, both as an actor and as an executive producer. Bruce Campbell married for the first time back in the 80s, but divorced 9 years later. The actor revealed that it happened partially because of his work, as he was rarely at home while his wife and 2 kids needed his attention. But Campbell remarried, and this time around, his marriage lasted much longer. This year, the actor joked on his Twitter that marriage in Hollywood should be measured in dog years, so he and Ida Giron have been together not for 30, but for like 210 years. Unfortunately, not all of the Xena stars were that lucky. Kevin Smith as Ares. The god of war was a complicated and very important figure in Xenaverse.
Xena, what are you doing?
Smoldering Ares was portrayed perfectly by a New Zealand actor, Kevin Smith, not only in The Warrior Princess, but also in the shows Young Hercules and Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. Then he had a small uncredited role in the first The Fast and the Furious movies as one of the truck drivers. That same year, Kevin went on to play the lead role in the TV movie Lawless, Dead Evidence, and most importantly, got cast in an action movie with Bruce Willis. This could have become his big Hollywood breakthrough, but unfortunately, it didn't happen. Before this project, Smith traveled to China for the shooting of the martial arts fantasy film Warriors of Virtue 2. Tragically, he fell from a prop tower. The 38-year-old actor was critically injured and passed away 10 days after the accident. Kevin Smith had 3 sons with his wife Suzanne, the youngest of which was only 3 at the time. Apart from acting, Kevin was also an accomplished musician. He even used to tour with an alternative rock band called Say Yes to Apes. By the way, you can still find some videos of his performance during the Hercules and Xena conventions. So after watching this video, take some time to commemorate the memory of this extremely talented person. And now we'll talk about another hunky actor who stole the hearts of many viewers, Marton Chokash as Boreas. This warlord and Xena had a significant history. They were partners in crime and had a son together. Despite all this, Boreas only featured in 11 episodes, but his appearances were always memorable. Since his time on the show, Marton has been busy. First off, he appeared in 2 of the Lord of the Rings movies, then booked a role in The Bourne Supremacy and in Ridley Scott's Crusades epic, Kingdom of Heaven. Most recently, he starred in the TV series Sons of Liberty, Into the Badlands, and The Luminaries. As if that wasn't cool enough, he also has numerous stage credits both in New Zealand and in the US. Marton is reportedly single, and we are aware of only one previous relationship. The New Zealander dated actress Ava Green, who he met on the set of Kingdom of Heaven. So, we are almost ready to tell you everything we know about the warrior princess herself. Lucy Lawless as Xena. More than 25 years ago, Xena Warrior Princess became not only a popular show, but a real cultural phenomenon. And despite her extensive list of acting credits, Lucy Lawless's name is still associated with that role.
You've got a bone to pick with me. Here I am.
But it's not something the actress complains about. If I'm typecast as a strong woman for the rest of my life, then I've got all the right problems. Lucy remained pretty active in the industry ever since her role of Xena, and had significant character arcs on shows like Battlestar Galactica and Spartacus. She also played recurring roles in Salem, Parks and Recreation, and Ash vs. Evil Dead. Most recently, she starred in the series My Life is Murder, where she played a fearless private investigator. I describe it as a sexy older woman solving crimes with the help of a beautiful little pseudo-family, revealed Lawless. The New Zealand actress is a proud mother of 3. During her first marriage to Karl Lawless, Lucy gave birth to her only daughter. The couple divorced in the mid-90s, and quite soon the actress found love for the second time with producer Rob Tapert. The couple share 2 sons. Lucy is now 53 years old, and we have to say, she hardly looks a day older than in her Xena times, and is in perfect shape. In fact, fans even advocated for Lawless to be cast as the new Cara Dune on The Mandalorian. Following Gina Carano's firing, many of them have pointed out that the Xena actress would be perfect to play Cara. She has the same kind of physique as Carano and even looks similar. Moreover, Lawless has already entered the Star Wars realm, doing some voice work for the animated series Star Wars Resistance. Still, acting isn't the only thing Xena Elam does these days. She's passionate about the LGBTQ rights movement and is an environmental activist. Lucy even got arrested once while protesting Arctic drilling.
Since about 2010, I got much more involved and then got arrested.
Lawless got lawless.
Would you want to see our warrior princess in The Mandalorian? Share with us in the comments, and stay awesome!